Okay, so I propose we call the meeting to order. As always, we start with, anyone have a request to remove anything from the consent agenda?
I do not.
Do not.
Am I removing or just?
No, because it's item number
Just
6.
ask.
So, can I get a motion to approve the order of items for the
So
regular?
moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed. I was going to forego my report, however, when I pulled in here and I saw the parking lot is yet full again. On a miserable
We were
night,
just
I
talking
just
about
thought it's wonderful that just the support of the community and the services that we provide, so that is the sum total of my report.
What is going on tonight?
Nothing really, just
They knew I was walking in the
Right.
parking lot, they wanted to hit me.
they're all coming into the board meeting at 7 p.m. All right, well, I have a couple of things to share. All right, well, as you all know, last board meeting was the same night as our trick or treat plus food truck rally event. It was wildly successful, as you saw. We had 800 people.
Oh my gosh.
Gosh, does that break a record?
Amazing.
I think so, because the previous
Wow.
times it was about 500.
Okay,
So
wow.
it was very successful.
And it wasn't good weather either.
No, it wasn't.
It was cold and a little bit
rainy.
rainy.
Yeah.
And really no complaints about the busyness or the parking.
Good.
It just all went really, really great. So
Good, well,
kudos to
thanks
staff
to the
for that.
staff, yeah.
And thanks to the Friends for funding that.
Mhm.
I attended the Michigan Library Association Annual Conference from October 29th to October 30th. I attended 4 keynote speakers, 5 breakout sessions. I witnessed the library awards, which included our neighbor Rebecca Kraft, the director of Baldwin, winning Public Librarian of the Year. AI was the topic that dominated many of the sessions. And or A1.
Sauce.
The takeaway for me was that the rumors of the death of public libraries because of AI are much exaggerated. There was a lot of talk of how we've been here before with the changes in technology and we've survived and people need us more than ever. So I came back inspired and invigorated and happy to be in this profession at this time.
Can I ask the woman from Baldwin, how is she selected? How do they select the
They
director?
they get nominated. So
Within that circle of people?
one of her trustees nominated her.
Oh, I see, okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Mm.
That's what I'm thinking.
We'll talk about this more when we talk about our library design project, but I just wanted to provide a really brief update about the construction manager process, because Jared, who's joining us from the Magic of Teams, has started this process. As you know, an RFP was put out a few weeks ago with a deadline of November 13th. As of that deadline, C2AE received 5 proposals from 5 different vendors. So Jared and his team will be reviewing those proposals, and they're going to present a short list of firms. And then we have interviews scheduled for the first week in December. And so we'll talk a little bit more about the logistics for that, either outside of this meeting or later when we talk to Jared. The library's elevator is malfunctioning. It's being a little bit sassy. There is a problem with the sensor that knows that it's safe to open the door. So when the elevator comes to the main level, a sensor is supposed to say, okay, cool, now you can open the door, but that sensor is not working. So when you get to the top, the door doesn't open. You don't technically get stuck, you can just go back down if you know that that's
Or
what's
can you
going on.
ask it to open?
No, it won't open. It thinks it's not safe.
It thinks it's not okay.
We've had a repair person out a couple of times and they've determined now that it's a control panel for the door that needs to be replaced, so we're waiting for that part. In the meantime, we have shuffled meetings and library programs around. Library programs, we are either moving to other spaces or canceling because we can't hold the library program in the lower level without an elevator. For outside groups, we're giving them the option if we can't find another place for them. We're giving them the option to go ahead with it or find someplace else. And I think only one so far has canceled. So the big problem is the Friends getting their stuff downstairs. Luckily right now is a slow time. Donations aren't coming in super fast right now. And for a while we were able to put cards in the elevator, go downstairs and call the elevator and then get the cards out. But even that stopped working this afternoon. So we're working on it. It's disruptive in a way, but it's not a showstopper, so we'll get there. In other building related news, you may have noticed more high invoices for our HVAC system to rolls. We have one of our 3 boilers is not working right now. It's dead. We've already sunk a bunch of money into that boiler to get it working. And our HVAC contractor Rolls has said that now that needs a control panel update as well, which is another chunk of change. But Tom and I feel that we've already invested all this money into that boiler we could live without it, but we're going into winter, we've already put this money into it, so we're gonna continue to try to get this repair
How old is the
through.
boiler?
As old as the building,
other two.
2008. And we know that they're reaching the end of their life and we have a plan to buy
Right.
new ones in the next couple of years, but that's a process. So that's on the horizon though. I just wanted to let you know that.
Do those need to be, I'm sorry, there are 3?
There are 3 and they're redundant,
They're all the same age.
yes.
Right, but do they all need to be replaced at the same time? Oh, they do.
Yeah, Tom had the idea of
It's not like you
replacing,
can replace one now and then the other 2 later?
no, we're gonna repair the one now and then replace them all at the same time at some point in the future. We were advised that that would be a more attractive project for a vendor and that it would be just easier, more clean to do it all at one time.
And wasn't that in the,
CIP.
yeah, but to come? So, okay, so,
So we're probably in that awkward period of how much more money to sink in.
Exactly, yeah.
Before it's, yeah.
So we'll see what happens with this control panel. Hopefully that does the trick and then take it from there.
But no problems with the other 2 as of today.
Could go in there, Joe.
I don't think so. I think maybe not.
And that's all I have to report.
Wonderful, thank you very much. So the next item is the budget. If you, on page 4, this is the regular checks. Could you give us some color on the check about the 3 skylights and the subsequent 2 after that?
Yeah, so in the magazine room, there are 3 distinct skylights. I think that's one of the things that makes that room so attractive to people. They have leaked ever since I have worked here, yeah. Part of it is condensation, so the seal has been bad, and part of it is, well, I think since the seal is bad, sometimes when a very specific rain happens, it will leak even more. So we've needed to replace those for a really long time, and we're finally able to do that. So it was 3 separate big, pieces of acrylic that were replaced there.
Go.
And then you said the
The Ingram Library.
Ingram Library Services, so I think last time I talked about Baker and Taylor ending its service, and Ingram is now our primary book vendor. So you'll see large invoices for Ingram going forward instead of Baker and Taylor.
And how are they as compared to, have you noticed any fall off in our selection or quality of service?
Yeah, they're working on it. First, number one, they're inundated because everybody's switching to Ingram right now. They're
is that what's happening, that everybody's going to them?
Yep.
No, some people are going to Amazon, but Ingram is probably the next biggest
They're absorbing the
system.
most.
Because Ingram offers processing of books just like Baker and Taylor did. So that's one way that they're not as good as Baker and Taylor. They don't offer the same amount of processing. Their online portal that the librarians use to make their selections, build their carts, is not as robust as Baker and Taylor's. Their selection is okay, and I think they're working on improving that. So there was a reason we stuck with Baker and Taylor this whole time,
Right.
but Ingram is rising to the challenge.
And where are they located? Where's their corporate office?
Just
Where they
outside
have
of
a logo?
Nashville.
Oh,
Nashville.
Just outside of Nashville.
Oh, okay.
did I forget anything about their deficits?
I don't think so. I think they're just scrambling to
Yeah, I'm sure.
take on all the new business, so the customer service
Yeah.
and timely responses aren't there yet.
I mean, it's like maybe been a month.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's next here? Innovative, the invoice for Vega. Vega is the discovery layer, so when you, as a patron, look up items in the catalog, you're not looking at like a DOS prompt, you're looking at something that looks like a Google
DOS.
search and gives you.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of what the back end looks like. You're getting information and color that makes it easy to navigate.
That's an annual payment?
Yes.
Okay, and I'll ask for anybody else's input in just a second, but on page 7, which is our budget, there's a couple items that are above and below. One is we're getting more state aid than we anticipated. Any idea why?
I forgot to look into that. I mean, we budget as best we can. There's always a per capita rate. I'll have to go and look and see how they figure that.
No problem. And then if you look on the expense side, so we're 60, let's see here, I love this report. We're 58% of the way through the year, but we're 83% and 93% of our electronic services budgets in those first 2 line items. Any comments?
The second line item that says Sky River, that is something we make one annual payment for at the very beginning of the fiscal year. And it's the same, we pretty much know what that payment's gonna be, so that's why that one is 93%. We make one payment and we're done. The other databases, again, they're usually online or annual payments, and we make them at certain points in the year.
That'll level out over time.
We're good.
And what about the repairs maintenance? We're at 100%.
Yeah, that's mostly due to the HVAC repairs, and Tom and I are aware of that. We're gonna have to amend that line item in March. And really, what you all approve for the budget, it's that it all rolls up into the facilities and equipment line. So as long as that line stays
So if
Okay.
something is higher, we
Right,
balance
right.
it out with something lower.
exactly.
Potentially.
Does anybody else have any questions on this section?
I do. One of the new vendors caught my eye, Marcia Robovitsky. She had, years back, she had some contact and issues with the library. What, she's a new vendor for, or what?
That came about as a sale to the library of a 1908 Oakland County Atlas. And that sale came to Laura Crayley through one of the members of the Bloomfield Historical Society.
Okay.
He happened to know that Marcia had this atlas and was interested in selling it, and so brokered this sale.
Okay.
So that's what
Okay.
that's for.
So, okay, she's not doing a presentation.
No, anytime we write a check to somebody that's not already in the database,
It's
they're
in-
considered a vendor.
Okay, all right, thanks.
Along those lines though, I noticed that we have several individual names. And I thought we weren't doing that. Does it depend on what,
If they're patrons,
okay,
if they're patrons, we're redacting it. If it's a vendor or a staff person, we're not.
gotcha, okay, that answers that question. Thank you.
Anybody else? Well, there's a motion on page 10, which I'd be happy to read, which is, I move to approve the monthly cash disbursements in the form of checks noted on the resolution and in the amounts noted on the resolution.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passed.
Great, thank you.
Next item is to approve the remaining consent agenda items, number 7.
So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Approved. So now we're on to the call to the public.
Also, Nicole Gillies is our SOC representative.
Hi there.
Nicole, welcome.
Thank you for having me tonight.
Everybody turns.
I'm just a youth librarian, so visiting
Not
from
just.
youth
That's
department.
right. Not just.
I'm sorry, I don't know where that came from, but just here.
It's when we all turned around.
Maybe that made me nervous. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you.
Thanks. Thanks.
Wait, but you're here from SOC?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So you have, some exciting events coming up, right?
We always have exciting events coming up.
So I don't think there's any unfinished business, which would take us to the new business, which I believe is page 25. If you want to take it away.
Yes. So I am asking you all to consider an amendment to the design development phase of the library design project. And that is why we have Jared Secor on the call and the meeting with us. Jared is the project manager for C2AE and for this project, and his purview is scope, schedule, and budget. And so he is the one who drafted the supporting documentation that you see in the packet tonight. And he's here to answer any questions you might have about that. So essentially what has happened is we have prioritized a lot of feedback and interaction through the design development phase and a little bit in the schematic phase, which pushed the schedule out and has increased the number of hours that our interior designers and other staff at C2AE are spending on our project in this phase. Additionally, the construction manager RFP process, doing that in this phase has increased the number of hours and the amount of work that the team is doing in this phase. And so because a budget had been prepared for us with each phase having a certain number of hours and money, we've exceeded that. And so C2AE has put a price tag on that for us of $125,000 more for this phase, which would be billed by C2AE before the end of the phase. So I open up the floor for any discussion or questions about this. Jared.
Hey Jared, can you tell us how you came to that figure?
Yes, if you see as far as the figure, talking about the increase, the $125,000 amount.
Yep.
So if you look, a spreadsheet that was attached with the amendment proposal includes a breakdown of hours that we had spent on the job through, I believe November 1st was the date that we had ran that, and that shows our internal costs, not including sub-consultants, and that is a breakdown of all the hours we've spent on the project through this phase. Well, in this phase, not through this phase. It doesn't include any previous hours. Looking at this number, it's we have exceeded our budget, well over budget. We did an internal audit. It ran through and kind of identified some hours that we would not expect to pass on as a cost to you guys, that we, looked at some inefficiencies, some project assignment changes, and, and things that maybe we could have done differently, and that's what that write-off number is from our audit. And then there is, of course, you see the breakdown of anticipated remaining costs to get through design development, with what we were left over at.
So how much of the 125 has already been incurred?
To date,
Yes.
So my November billing would run next Tuesday, so I can tell you, exactly where we're at as far as what's been spent since these numbers were ran. But that would be, anything that we had, any labor cost that we would have had within the last 3 weeks of November.
Yeah, I'm just a little confused. So it says anticipated remaining costs 48, then there's the 22. So that's, 70. So what's the delta between the 70 and the 125?
Sorry, my internet is freezing. I have this page pulled up and I'm trying to look at the numbers and they are all blurry right now. So let me make sure that I pull this document up. That's a little bit better.
Hang on, we're gonna phone a friend. Catherine, any comments?
My understanding is the total so far after the write-off is $145,000, and they were only billing us a total of $91,000 for the entire phase,
So that's
and
it.
the phase
So it's
isn't
the
even
carryover.
over yet.
Yeah.
So they're expecting another $70,000 on top of that 145, and then the difference between that total and the budgeted amount is the 125.
Okay.
Yes, can you guys see the screen I'm sharing?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so as of 11/1, these were our total costs through this phase. Going through on an audit, these are the hours that we plan on writing off internally. This is what we were left over with after that write-off of these hours. So, with these being our anticipated remaining costs, these being sub-consultant fees that we're obligated to pay to our collaborative design
have a quick question. So I'm looking at the hours, so I understand the architectural, by the way, the word is misspelled, but that's okay. And the interiors, but I'm wondering what exactly was the engineering that was 219 hours or anticipated hours? Is that going to be the schematic on the various walls that have to come down? Or I thought that would be more like the architectural part of it, but what is the engineering part that would be 219 hours? What did they do?
Can you
So
talk?
I'd say the most involved engineers that we have on this project is in electrical. We do have
Okay.
mechanical, electrical, and plumbing work being done.
Okay.
We also have one structural component being looked at that's very minor.
Okay.
But as far as the engineering goes, a majority of it I would say would be electrical.
Okay.
Yeah, we have a few changes to the electrical within these layouts, and we also have a lot of the furniture selections that we are looking through require input from our electrical engineers as well.
Is that because they would need like outlets for computers and things that would be part of the engineering? Okay, of the furniture, okay.
So we're adding a lot of electrical and also
Right,
providing more in different spaces.
okay,
So extending what we already have now.
okay.
I didn't understand that all of these people were working on this behind the scenes, and I understand now that they have meetings all the time, and all these people are at these meetings, and so as design development has moved out, all these people have been spending more time on it.
Which is what we asked for and requested input and more input. And we're sort of moving out of that phase, but into other phases. But I think that's a really good point, is that we know the meetings that we've been having with their folks and their experts, as well as our folks, giving input. But then they go away, C2AE and Reed Walker goes away and does all the work to come back 2 weeks later
Exactly.
for the next meetings. That has taken all that into account, and in our zeal for wanting input, I don't know that we change anything, but I think it's just, this is the reality of it.
And we've said several times with the design team that the decisions that we'll make from here on out will be easier to make because we have spent so much time in these phases earlier on.
Absolutely, and the questions that we'll have for you, our coordination needs will be more focused on getting clarification as we prepare these construction documents, items that we're taking from design and now specifying to go out to bid. There may be some clarification, or we have feedback on the constructibility from the CM. We may come to you and ask, well, what would you like us to do now that we are looking at this and we may need to change something, but it's less design focused. We're not starting from scratch or coming up with new ideas. We're taking all of that work we've already done and refining it into biddable documents.
And is there an opportunity to save money in future phases, Jared, if we work faster?
Well, saving money may be a stretch, but I'm certainly, I'm convinced that these changes that we're making, bringing the CM on this early, can lead to more efficiency in future phases. Working through construction documents, it's kind of a different mindset when we're preparing documents to go out to bid alongside the CM for them to go out and bid subcontract versus we're preparing all these documents on your behalf to go out to bid for a GC. I see that as being a very smooth process this change will benefit the project through CD. Absolutely. And then bidding phase as well. Bidding phase kind of changes now that we're not. The bidding phase won't be focused around bringing on a general contractor. It'll be working with the CM and going out to bid for subcontractors. So I see those as being positive changes
Spend the hours and then come back
from an efficiency standpoint.
when we've gone over.
I can't hear what you're saying. Can you ask?
Sure. Jared, one question. Can you keep our feet to the fire? Or, in other words, sync up to where we are in budgets more in real time than after the fact,
Am I saying that in the
I,
correct way?
yes, and I think that is an absolutely fair question, and that's definitely a higher priority of mine here in construction documents. I tend to give the team a lot of rope through this design development phase. I don't have a design background myself, so I try not to get in the way of the creative process, and I think, I got to take some responsibility for, and maybe the stakeholder engagement and the amount of coordination efforts that we did through DD, and not holding your guys' feet to the fire and saying, we really need to button this up. But I do intend to be more focused on that in the CD phase.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Well, I would, Jared, just on behalf of all of us, we do appreciate the write-off fees. Thank you for that.
Yes.
It's a sign of a good partner that you guys are willing to do that. And in light of that, there's a motion on page 24 if anybody would care to read it.
I move to approve Bloomfield Township Public Library Planning and Design Services Amendment Number 1, Design Development Project Plan Changes.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Great, thank you. All right, thank you, Jared, thanks
Thanks,
for
Jared.
being with us tonight and being able to provide all that color.
It's been a pleasure. Thanks, guys.
All right, thank you.
Aye.
Joy, had you seconded that? I couldn't hear.
I think it was,
I think Joy and Shane did it at the same time.
Joy can have it, that's okay.
You are so
My name's in
kind.
there enough.
you're so, you're so.
But
So
your, Jerry, your memo and those documents are really clarified,
Okay, good.
because I'm not involved like Joy is. It clarified really what's going on.
Good, okay.
And again, we held a building and ground committee
Yes.
meeting where a lot of this was already discussed, so
Correct.
it's not like we're
No.
making this decision with, just getting this information. We as a group have talked about this. We've worked through some of this, so.
All right, thank you so much for that.
Nominating committee.
Nominating committee, it's all you guys.
Okay. Well, Danny and I met by phone. And we have a slate of officers for 2026.
Yes.
And Danny, would you like to present the officers or would you like to present the officers?
Yeah. Well, first I thank you to Shane for asking Joan and I to take on this task. Thank you for trusting us with this huge project. And a big thank you to the current officers, Shane serving as president, Judy as vice president, and Joan as our secretary. Joan and I together would like to present this proposed slate. Shane to continue as president for another year, Joy to serve as our vice president, and Keith to serve as our secretary for 2026.
That's great.
And we appreciate the slate accepting our nomination.
You get to learn the secret handshake.
Yes.
It involves twerking, so just want to share.
And thank you, Shane, for willing to
Yes,
serve.
thank you, Shane.
I'm happy to. Thank you for the nomination.
Yes, thank you.
Don't go anyplace.
Try not to.
So do we today vote on this slate?
Yes,
Okay.
But it doesn't take effect until January.
correct.
Yeah.
Okay, so, I don't
There's
know if
nothing
we have a
written.
motion.
No,
But,
just,
but can I, as a member of the
Oh,
nominating
you should,
committee,
yeah.
Under
make
the
this
bylaws, you
motion?
guys can
Great,
Yeah.
okay,
And
so,
And so can the other nominated members, except for
Except for you.
okay, well, I move to approve the proposed slate.
I second.
Great. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Wonderful. Thank you to everybody
you.
who has served, thank you to those continuing to serve, and thank you to the newcomers.
Does Keith know he's been?
Yes.
yeah, I served you guys.
Okay, good.
gonna come back from vacation.
Yeah.
Well, thank you all, thank you Shane
No, of
and
course.
for serving, and Judy
Those.
and Joan, and thank you to the incoming officers.
Yes,
Okay.
wonderful.
Great.
So next is other, and we have one technical item, which is, to begin with, which is an amendment to our bylaws in light of the time change, we need to have a change of the bylaws.
Thank you to Lyndon for bringing this up.
So do you have the sentence in the current bylaws?
Yeah, I think so, hang on, 1 second.
Was that in the?
No, it was
Okay,
just
I
added,
didn't-
just 45 minutes and we'll go.
Yeah, so Article 3, Section 1 of the bylaws says, the regular monthly meetings of the library board shall be held at the library on the third Tuesday of the month at 7 p.m. or the fourth Tuesday of April at 7 p.m. or at a time stated from the proceedings of the previous meeting unless otherwise ordered by the library board of trustees. So I guess the motion that would need to be put forth was to change the bylaws to say that the regular monthly meetings of the library board shall be held at the library on the third Tuesday of the month at 6:30 p.m. or the fourth Tuesday of April at 6:30 p.m. and the rest of it.
So moved. Second.
Judy moved it,
All in
Joy
favor?
seconded it.
Aye.
Aye.
Approved.
Great, thank you. We'll update those and put them on our website.
I know there's some other,
Yes, I have at least one other. Okay, in the top workplaces in Sunday's Free Press, I was wondering how we had number 12 under the small companies, we have the Canton Public Library.
Yes.
So, how did that happen?
Somebody knows somebody at the Free Press, essentially. But this is the second year running that they've gotten that designation.
Oh. This is the first year that I noticed
You noticed
that.
it, yeah.
Okay.
And when I say somebody knows somebody, I don't
Yes.
mean that something nefarious happened. It was
Yes.
just that there was like an opportunity. This person made it known that this was a thing that the library could
Oh.
throw its hat in the ring.
So we could nominate the Bloomfield Township Public Library
Sure, we could.
for one of the top workplaces.
Yeah. I don't know what
Do
their
they have
have to
parameters?
submit, and
I
there's a
think they do
format.
have
Oh,
criteria.
Because it
I
might be how
didn't
many
delve
employees they
into
have.
the whole, I was
Yeah,
just
the
kind of
Canton's larger, isn't
scanning
it?
the list.
I think that's a
No.
great idea.
I do
I do
And
too.
we should have somebody, whether it's a board member or a staff member, look into that. If nobody else wants to, I'll do it.
I'll look into it.
Okay, great, John, thanks.
Okay. I'll put it on my to-do list. All right, and under the comments, Catherine,
Yes.
there was one, did it say hire faster?
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What are you people doing? I didn't
This is a
really
mess.
understand what that was.
I don't know either. That was all the context we had. I assume that's from somebody who has applied for a position at the library.
Oh, okay.
We do have our page position is on a rolling basis, so we're always accepting applications for the page position,
Okay.
but then only going through those applications to interview folks as vacancies come available. So perhaps it was somebody who did apply a while ago and never heard anything.
Gotcha.
We do follow up with people after 6 months of them being in the pool, and then once they've been in the pool for 6 months, they get notified that they're being removed, but they're welcome to apply again. It does take us about 3 months for most of our hiring processes. It just takes time, and we do a really thorough job, and we're doing that work among all of our other work.
I find that that's been standard
I think
among libraries and government
Yeah,
positions.
I agree. Yeah, they have to be vetted.
And I thought that was a pretty bold comment from somebody who wants a job.
Well, yes, an unusual way to follow up
Yes.
regarding their application.
And it was anonymous, so.
Okay.
Other folks?
Did you say you have something?
I have another, yeah, if everyone else is done.
Oh, and congratulations to Shane for her it was a leadership.
Shayna got the most thunderous round of applause I've ever heard.
Right?
And,
So
yeah.
It was lovely.
That's so nice. It was a surprise, wasn't it? She didn't know.
I actually told her ahead of time because I just
Oh.
felt that Shayna is somebody who would wanna know.
That's okay. Gotcha.
All right, well, if there's nothing else, then I have an other to share. We have had a book challenge, a request for reconsideration. It's on this book, The Inca Empire. This book was published in 2007, and the person who objects to this book says, for a child, 10 years old, this is harsh all by itself, but especially grim since the author spins it into a joke. I checked out 10 or 12 YA books on Peru. They were great except for this. And what she's referring to is, let me see.
Having show and tell flashbacks.
I know.
I love that
Miss
part.
Tara's gonna tell us a story.
About the Incas. So this book it's in a series called Time Travel Guide, and so it's written as kind of like a travel book. You're going back in time to the Incan Empire. So it kind of tries to put you in the moment. So this is a section talking about staying safe, and it says, children beware. Usually the Incas choose llamas or guinea pigs to sacrifice to their gods, but in times of emergency, the Inca people decide that the Sapa Inca needs extra strength. Then some children are taken to the top of a mountain and put to death. Priests usually choose children about 10 years old, so watch out for Incas who want to take you to the mountains. Okay. So this person spoke to staff a couple months ago but never made it clear or never filled out their request for reconsideration. And then it came back up in her attention again, and she spoke to another staff person, and that staff person said, well, if you want us to remove this from the collection, you gotta do the process. So she did the process. She and I have had a lot of back and forth because she doesn't say in this what she wanted done. She doesn't say I want it removed or moved to another section. So in our email exchange, she finally did say the book is not worthy of being in our library collection, is how she put it. So I went through the whole process. We looked up a review. We could only find one review from 2007. We looked at other books in this series that all have the same tone. We found other books on the Incan Empire that handle things a little bit more sensitively, so if there was a reader that did find that upsetting, they could read that. I've drafted a response to this patron saying that I'm not going to remove this book from the collection because of that, you know, we like to say there's a book for every reader, not every book is for every reader. So we trust the parents to guide their child's reading at these times.
And I think it's important that you say that it has not been checked out very often, so it's not as if parents are gravitating.
See, I felt like
toward
that doesn't bolster our case at all.
No, but it does, because I think it does, because I think
I'll
she
stay
thinks
away.
that there's going to be so many people reading it that they're going to be all in trauma, and there's been so few parents who've actually taken the time to take it out, so.
Where is this book located?
In the juvenile nonfiction.
And is this an FYI or are you?
Yes, it's an FYI.
My sense on this and censorship generally is like which book should we and shouldn't have. I have my personal opinions, none of which I care to share, nor do I think it's appropriate. So my sense is, again, this is just my personal sense. I trust you and your team to make these decisions, and thank you for bringing this to our attention.
Well, and such due diligence too, looking at the reviews and looking at other books that might be worthy of, you know, looking at that, if that bothered you. But I also like that quote that you said. I thought that's important, so.
The fact that there are alternative books with similar information, but maybe written with a slightly different tact.
Correct.
I think
Well,
I would support what you're referring to, suggesting.
I too support your stance on this, and I agree with Shane that that, you know, I trust you, but more than that, I trust the ALA Bill of Rights, you know, and I trust the push for intellectual freedom that all libraries stand for, that this library stands for, and if this is not the right tone for this particular patron, it's important that we have other items in the collection
Correct.
that do reflect what this person is looking for, and it sounds like you've already identified something.
Yes. Yeah, humor is subjective, it doesn't always land correctly.
And I mean, is that factual? Like, if it's factual, then,
Yes, it's
Yes,
factual.
they,
yeah. So,
my only
Thanks for listening.
other was, I want more chess tournaments too.
You want more chess tournaments?
I didn't even know we had chess tournaments.
We don't.
Okay, well, I would love
but that was a comment, it was a comment.
Why those
Yeah.
comment cards can be
Yes, it was in the
so
comments.
interesting
This is just
to
sui
read.
sponte out of nowhere,
That's
yeah,
funny.
this is echoing one of our, I think it might be fun.
You want chess tournaments?
Well,
Full
we've
stop.
had,
They have to be timed.
But we've had
like,
the
not
puzzle
like you can-
tournaments,
Right,
right?
like you're in Washington
Yeah,
Square in
yeah,
New York,
yeah.
where they
You
slap
get
it down
30
and,
seconds or whatever.
but you feel so belittled when they get it done in 5 seconds and you're like,
And that would
okay.
be me, I'm not very good at chess, but I do like to play. Does anybody have anything else they'd like to discuss?
I hope everyone has a wonderful Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Yeah, motion to adjourn?
Yes.
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 Wow.
Good.
Stand in favor.
All in favor?
I know.
Approved?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you very much.
No, just